So I had a bit of a rough week or two. So I wrote a poem. It's a little bit self-indulgent. It's a love poem for myself. It can be for any of you.
Sweet.
If you'd like it to be. This is a love poem for myself. The hardest sort to write, as Erin and I have been fighting for years. Tears flowing between us in a flood. Blood poured between cuticles and sore teeth. Futile self-feuding. She says she's been screwed. I think I've been shafted. But we disagree on the details. There is no fail-safe boundary when I am arguing with me. I know exactly how she feels. Achilles' heels are kicking in my face. I know each soft space, each weak spot, each verbal spot of rot that someone else would praise as flowers. Our mutual mistakes tower between us, and I break Erin while Erin breaks me. I howl obscenities from between her clenched teeth. She crawls underneath my armor and scars me while I slice bloodlines across her angry eyes. These battles, they only end in ties, in tattered confidences, pretenses of resolution that are only exhaustion. Stalemates and sore losers. But wait. This is a love poem for myself, not an ode to war. Before my souls were shaken into two, when I was new and the world waited unblemished, I can almost nearly just remember being one, being whole, being a single goal of growth and pleasure, being measureless in self-regard. But times get tough on tender hearts, and I started to fracture under outside definitions, steady admissions of worthlessness chipping us down the middle ground, until I was not a bright riddle, but a bisected revision. But you know, that was a long time ago, and a dear friend recently said that you must have grief to know what joy is. And I've known this before. I know it now, but I am poorer in practice than in theory. So I watch myself, tear-soaked, choked melodrama, doubt, dread, fright, sleepless nights, scars, dreary, dull fixations, cynical migrations in a mind like a choppy churned sea, crouched in the corner of my living room, red-faced wailing at my walls. I watch myself raptured, captured moments, sense awakenings, radiating stars, choosing light, biting into the apples of my eyes, perched on Nose Hill at sunrise, marveling at the fruits in my orchard. She is me, and I am her, and I ride through my darkness like a heartless dominatrix, fixing nothing, digging up the drama I like to bury, carrying me out of my fantasy comforts and into the dirt of my soil, rolling oil through my waters so I don't boil over, covering and collecting my worst extravagances. And I cast glimmers on the cauldron of my wishless well, ringing bells and chasing doom-drop clouds away, turning a free face to my storm, warm and whirling and welcoming whatever comes, drumming. Oh, lost my place, it's a new phone. Drumming doubt under the print of my heels. I love me, and I love I, and I love she, seeing that I cannot have bliss without broken. Words are spoken from both corners of my lips, and some days she slips easily into me. Ash crashing, burning, bitching, yearning for what I can't have, can't be, can't share, can't do, can't change. And some days she slips easily into me, cold, blowing, growing, knowing my place, my peace, my ceaseless gratitude. Both moods, both mistresses are necessary because I am not a cartoon character. There is no hoisted sign to tell me when to fall, to remind me of levity and gravity. Only my Celtic tree, my Triskel of optimist and pessimist and bemused observer. So, actually, this is a love poem to myself. to moonlit alone, scribbling words and singing dreams, to black and white broken sobbing over trifles, to minks grinning and grinding into my love, to hoops spinning and smiling into my circles, to bitching, twitching, switching sides and tiding over, to raging, paging through my price list and scowling at the damage, to romping giddy and gleeful through a swell of silly, to gentling the smaller storm that once grew inside of me. To all of us, this is my love, my acceptance, my embracing of all of the me's that branch from my Celtic tree, a group hug. I pledged to ask myself if I would speak that way to my closest friends. I pledged to question if my self-judgments are kangaroo courts. I pledged to cut myself some slack already, to accept black and white, but recognize that gray is more mature. I pledge to say no when I need to, even and most of all to myself. I pledge to say yes to myself twice as often. I pledge to set aside my most vicious weapons in favor of kinder conflict resolution. Because I love you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and I am sorry, Erin. Let's go get some chocolate.
Give it up for all the poets in our first set. Let's hear it for all the poets, everyone. They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. So, Erin, I think one day I'm going to have to come up here and do a poem like this. And just throw that in there. And if you see that, that's to you. All right, so we're going to have the DJ.